We're now at the Mount of Temptation, and in between the Mount of Temptation is a valley, and it's called the Valley of the Shadow of Death. This is a very meaningful place to me when I first visited it, because I could think of many things that reflected the place that we were at. The Valley of the Shadow of Death, of course, is in the 23rd Psalm that David wrote. The Mount of Temptation is where Jesus spent 40 days and 40 nights up on top and resisted the temptations of the devil. Just over this hill is a town of Jericho, which is an oasis out in the middle of the desert. And this mountain, the Mount of Temptation, is between Jericho and to the west, which is Jerusalem. The priests lived in Jericho, and they had to walk through this valley of the shadow of death to get to Jerusalem. This was also the place that Jesus used in the parable of where the Samaritan, was beaten, and the Jewish man took care of him and gave him money and paid somebody to take care of him. The Good Samaritan, it's called. As you can see, this is barren wasteland up here, and there's nothing here. What amazed me when I first looked at it was that at any time Jesus could have walked over and looked down and saw Jericho, and the temptation must have been very great for him. But when you go to places like Israel and you go to the Mount of Temptation and you come back and you read your Bible and you remember the place where you was at, I can't explain it to you, the feelings that you have while you're there, and the story goes through your soul and your mind when you're there. But I highly recommend, if you ever go to Israel, go to the Mount of Temptation and see the Valley of the Shadow of Death. And I think you'll enjoy it immensely. I hope this has brought a little insight to the Mount of Temptation and where it's at, and also the Valley of the Shadow of Death and where it's at. So, if you ever get to Israel, you got to go see it. This is Bob Stevens signing off. Love you. God bless you. Bye-bye.